My name is Taylor Nethkin. My partners are James Foldenauer and Max Petrasic. Today we're going to be presenting VRseum. Now more than ever, it has become challenging to develop the diverse set of knowledge and rich experiences that are expected of students in our society. But how are students to build their knowledge and experience when they can't afford to travel? VRseum is a powerful virtual reality platform that levels the playing field for students of all financial situations and disabilities by allowing them to visit exhibits from around the world from the comfort of their home. This platform revolutionizes the way students learn by unlocking abilities to interact with exhibits and each other in ways that were never before possible.
So for our discover phase, we first used our brain power to come up with a opportunity statement of how might we leverage the use of modern technology to create an engaging, diverse, and interactive learning experience that students are able to afford. And using that, we were able to identify our primary stakeholders of educators and students.
For a defined portion, we came up with a purpose to create an experience that is engaging and friendly by being able to access VRseum through various devices, all without sacrificing educational value or cost.
Our first prototype was built around an ideal experience storyboard for one of the VRZM users. Users were asked to view this storyboard and then participate in a survey. The survey asked them to indicate whether they would be attending to avoid COVID, and if that was their reason, would they still be interested in attending after? 74% of our participants indicated that they would be attending to avoid COVID-19 exposure, and 82% indicated that they would still be interested after the pandemic is over. No participant indicated that they would not be interested in attending after. Some of the general feedback we got from other engineering students was that the pictures were good, but that a video would be better to drive home what the experience would be like. So for our improved prototype, we created a video of an actual user experience within VRZM.
For my side of the prototyping, I was in charge of the social as well as the technical side. The problem that I was in charge of was, are social features physically possible, and do they add another level of immersion and accessibility to our project? So I was able to whip up a quick little tech demo of the social features as well as how everything should fit together. The feedback I got from that was to add more to the aesthetic parts. So I added some artsy images and sculptures to the exhibit. And after I presented that, my final feedback was to make it look more like a museum. So I changed the walls to make it look more like a hangar or a space museum, as well as removing all unnecessary parts.
For my prototype, I developed a user interface. This is to recommend museums based on interest chosen from the setup, and to easily search and save museums to bookmark. And finally, there is also a plan for this to be accessible to computers, tablets, and phones. For the testing portion, looking at the top portion, the feedback was decently well for easily finding exhibits and the overall layout being friendly. For the bottom portion, where I asked what was missing or what can be improved, it was generally suggested to improve on the layout by changing the sizing and including more pictures to appeal more to other users. Finally, for the improvement, I revised the recommendations by showing museums directly instead of going to catalogs and finding museums through there. I added additional pictures, such as, again, from the recommendations when it recommends museums, and the background picture to go with the overall theme. And finally, the layout has been adjusted to be easier to navigate with.
Thank you guys very much for listening to our presentation. To submit any questions or comments, please visit the feedback section located at the site below.